Oh my gosh, this lighting is not at all good. Okay, yeah, I'm not sure how that's going to look. Well, here we are on day 2 in Buenos Aires. Today was awesome. I met up with those of you who don't know. I sing barbershop music. That is, I sing in barbershop quartets. Have for many, many years, like since I was 16. And barbershoppers are everywhere. And so yesterday, I heard from some local. Oops! Yeah, knocked that right off the table. Look, I heard from some local quartet singers. There's an Argentinian quartet called Barber Drunk, and they've been going for a while. You might know them because they went to Harmony University in 2019. So today I went and had coffee with Enrique and Diego, and we had lots to talk about. Of course, barbershoppers can talk about barbershop forever, but also just a really interesting conversation about Argentina, about how it's different from Vancouver, how it's similar, all kinds of stuff like that. And then yesterday, if you remember, I was struggling to get my phone charged up, and so. However, with a native speaker with me, it's so much easier to get everything done. So figured out the last step was I have to have some cash and my number and go to a little machine, and basically every little store, every little kiosk here in Buenos Aires, and it was like super easy. Enter your number, slip 1,000 pesos into the thing, and you're good to go. And yesterday I was trying to do this phone charging thing, and I was sort of like most of the way done getting it charged up with a credit card, which would have been great. Turns out you need a DNI, or like a local Argentinian government ID number to actually do that, so I couldn't do it. But I was also a bit skeptical because it basically said it suggested a value of 1,000 something. And I thought to myself, okay, $1,000 in Canadian would be an awful lot for a phone, for charging up your phone, right? But Canada's insane, and my monthly cell phone bill in Canada is something like $120. So, maybe 10 times too much, 8 times too much, but not an insane amount too much. And so I thought it could be Canadian dollars they're asking for, because 1,000 Argentinian pesos is like $1, and if that's going to last me for megabytes and texting on my phone for a whole month, that seems really cheap. And so I was they both seem wrong, and I don't know which one it's going to be. Turns out it is in fact pesos, and so phone stuff is just incredibly cheap here. Somebody asked me why I wasn't using an eSIM. That was definitely also an option, but it would have cost me $20 or something to charge it up, and so now I basically charge it up for $1. That's fantastic, right? And in fact, that kind of segues into another topic that people have apparently all the time about Argentina, which is, obviously, as you probably know, they're undergoing massive hyperinflation. Just as an example, apparently last week, $1 was 1,000 Argentinian pesos, and this week it's 900, which is a pretty big swing for 1 week's time. And so people ask, are things expensive or are they cheap? And I guess the answer makes sense to me now, which I've seen a few times. Basically, it depends what you're buying, right? And also how stupid you are. So I'll give you an example. Obviously the phone stuff is incredibly cheap by my standards. And at the same time, yesterday I walked through what looked like an outlet mall that I would find in Vancouver or Seattle or kind of any North American city. A lot of the same brands. I have a feeling the pricing is pretty high. And I was looking for a pen. And so I walked into a little shop that I saw had pens. Let's see if I can find my pen here. Yeah, here it is. And I thought, great, they have pens. I'll take 2. I'll get a blue one and a black one. And the lady behind the counter says, great, that'll be 9,000 pesos. They're 4,500 each for a pen. This pen, 4,500 pesos, which admittedly is only, think of it as $5, right? But I said, "Are you sure? Like, this seems like a lot for a pen." She says, "Well, it's a very nice pen, and it's a pilot pen. So, is it very nice? Yeah, I don't know. It's a pen." And then today I was shopping again, and I went and saw into just a regular person shop, not at the crazy ass outlet mall. And I got these two pens for 500 pesos each. So that's where you have to be a little bit smarter. I think it's easy to pay too much for just about anything. And then, I bought a few other little things for around the house, like a back scrubber or whatever. And I decided to pick up some groceries, and I had only 4,000 pesos left, which is like $4. And so I thought, I wonder what I can get for that. So I walked into sort of a random shop that had a butcher at the back and the vegetables and stuff at the front. And I wound up getting this huge thing of vegetable, like a salad, like a stir fry thing, maybe. And that was 750 pesos, so less than $1. And then looks like two big chicken breasts, boneless, beautiful chicken breasts, probably organic. I don't really know. And that was 2,100 pesos, so like 250. There is no chance I will ever get boneless, skinless chicken breasts in Vancouver for 250. Like, and this is two of them, right? So that was cheap. And then the eggs also super cheap, less than $1 for 6 eggs. So yeah, that's kind of the answer. And the other thing, I guess, of note today, when I landed 2 days ago, it was raining hard, and yesterday it was raining part of the time, but kind of clearing up. And today it's been blue skies, and the temperature is about 23 degrees Celsius. My American friends can go Google that to figure out what that is in Fahrenheit, but it's a nice temperature. It's pretty nice. But Enrique tells me that in the next few months, it's going to get up to 35 degrees Celsius or 40 degrees Celsius and high humidity. So it's going to feel super hot. And so that's going to be really interesting. Oh, the other thing. So while I'm here, I'm trying to exercise. I'm trying to run. These days for running, I don't do endurance running so much, but I do sprints because they are good for getting rid of specifically visceral fat. And if I have any fat, it's definitely visceral, sort of not, well, anyway, yeah, never mind. But I got lots of fat, but it's all visceral. So apparently sprinting or basically, what do they call that? Interval training is the best for dealing with all that. And there's this amazing, beautiful park just to the seaward side of Palermo here where I'm staying. So maybe 1 kilometer to run there and another 2 kilometers around this lake. And there's hundreds of people also running around the lake. So it's clearly this is what you do in this park. It was really great. I do think that if it was 40 degrees, I would have trouble with doing that. So I'm going to have to get up early in the morning, probably, if it gets that hot. And that is about it for now. I may not do a video every day, but in these first few days, I feel like there's going to be a lot of learning and a lot of new experiences. And then I'll probably settle down and code more and sort of work on Choir Genius improvements and a couple of apps that I'm building. And yeah, that's it. So everybody have a great day and take care of yourself.